In this video, I will show you how you can set up Gemini image generation with Apple shortcuts. I will demonstrate this right away, what it will look like. You can integrate this in your workflow however you like. This is just adding it to Apple shortcuts, and from here on out, you can integrate it with all your automations. I will go over an example at the end of the video. I will also add chapter markers, so you can skip to the point most important to you. I'm gonna add this prompt just to demonstrate that this is working. Dog flying through sky with donut in hand doesn't make any sense, but we'll see what the AI comes up with. As you can see, it's walking through. This is going to be the main part of this video, the get contents of. This is basically adding the API to Apple shortcuts, and here you go. We get this nice image, and it did exactly what we wanted it to do. So for this video, I've created a duplicate just so we can edit it. I'm going to go through this in great detail so everybody understands. But if you're more advanced and you just want to get to the image generation add-on, it's going to be like a minute from now, but I'll have the chapter markers so you can jump to that. Now, we're starting here with ask for input. Very simple, very basic, drag and drop. We want text, and then we just added a prompt, and the prompt was image of what? Very basic. So when we click this, when we run this, we get asked what image we want, and then we add the image. This text box right here, very easy to add as well. Just search up text, drag and drop, and I'm going to say generate an image of the variable right here up top. And this basically is going to be the prompt that we give Gemini, but we have listed it here so we can edit it more easily. Now the next step is going to be using some Apple Intelligence, but we do not have to do this. This is just the way I've set it up to name my files, because I'm using them for a website mostly, and I want SEO friendly file names. You can name them differently, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to go into detail on this because it's very dependent on what you individually would like, but for me, again, I just had SEO friendly name for this image and then added the text variable. And then I'll put only the file name. Now this is where we get to the interesting part. This is the get contents of URL, which basically requests or sends the data to Gemini. So we're gonna go to get contents of URL. We can drag and drop this in here. We gotta clear the variable here, and we're gonna put in the URL ourselves. Basically, you can go ahead and copy this exact URL from the description down below. We're going to paste this in here. And now you want to click post, because we basically want to send this JSON data to Gemini. And from here on out, it's basically I'm just going to copy this. It's going to be X Google API key. Well, not Google. It has to be exactly this, Goog API key, with the dashes, obviously, and this is where you insert your key. So don't write insert your key, just write your key, whatever it might be. For those of you wondering where you can get your API key, it is very easy, very simple. You just go to aistudio.google.com, link in the description as well. Then you click down here, get API key. And this is where you can create an API key, name it something, and select a project or create a new project if you don't have one already. Boom, create key, and that is how easy it is. Keep in mind, since this is paid, you might have to add a credit card or billing information, but the key, as you can see, is right here. Copy this, paste it over into the according field. Next up, we're gonna add this JSON structure. What you do is you click the plus icon. Let me replicate this up top here. So I'm going to click plus, and then you can type in your key right here. So the first one is instances, array, and then you get this drop down window. You can add plus, and then we can add item 1. Item 1 is going to be a dictionary, and within this dictionary we're going to add a plus, and we're gonna add a key, which is gonna be prompt. And as I said before, we're gonna use our text box for the prompt, just so we don't manually input a prompt right here, so we can later change it more easily up top here. Okay, so that's the first part done. Very simple. We're gonna go over to parameters, and basically this is the same. I'm gonna go through the structure, but I'm not gonna enter everything again, because it's just going to take way too long, and you get the gist of it. So you go here, put in parameters, then select dictionary, Then you can add a, well, you can open this so it looks like that. So we add one below, and this should be a number, and then we click add again, and this is going to be text. And these strongly depend on what you want. I'm not sure if you have to add these, but I would just add them, and you can choose your aspect ratio for the second key here, has to be text, and then you just input this, and then sample count, you can put in 1, 2, 3, however many you like. I don't know if there's a limit, but 1, 2, 3, 4 definitely work, and that way you get as many images to choose from, but again, it will cost more. Like if you get 4 images, it's going to cost roughly 20 cents. Keep that in mind. Then the next step is going to be to get the dictionary content. Get dictionary from input. So we put this right here, and it's going to auto-select the URL thing right here, the green one. That's when you know it's correct. Then we're going to go to dictionary value below that, and now we're going to set this to predictions.1.bytes base 64 encoded, and then in dictionary it already selected the correct dictionary right here. So all you have to do is copy this, paste it in here, enter, and we get the exact same. Then you click get the decode one, boom, 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 boom. So you get this, and now instead of this, obviously you're going to have to select variable. You can just click this, the dictionary value, not the dictionary, but the dictionary value. And just like that, it looks exactly like mine does, basically. And don't forget to set this to decode, almost did forget that. And then we're going to do get images from base 64 encoded. Very easy. Again, images from input, and that is basically decoding it. And just to go over a bit of what this actually does is this basically sends it to Google, all this data. We get some data back. We get the exact this value back, and this is basically the image, but still in text form. So what we have to do is we have to decode this and create an image from that, and that is what is happening right here, if I'm not wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is how it works. And then again, select the right variable here. If you're doing this chronologically, like one thing after the other, it should automatically choose the right one. Base 64 encoded, and then we can set the name, and this is where we go back to set name of this to my response. This is where I've created the images, but again, you can use your own logic however you want to name these files. And the final step is very basic. It's just going to save this file. I can show you this as well. Save file, and boom. So we're going to choose not a file. So this is actually where you right click to get the variable. It doesn't automatically let you, so it's good that I went over this. And then you just select the images again, and boom, you click ask to save. If you want to be asked where to save it, always and keep this checked, but for me I wanted to add a folder, and my folder was Gemini Image Gen. In shortcuts I can go in here, but for now I'm going to go into desktop, and it's going to create it's going to put the image to desktop immediately. And what I can do here is create a new folder, basically folder for image, and boom, that is it. And then you can also you could add a file name like so. This would work too if you didn't have this right here, set name of file. So this should work too. That is it for the automation. Very simple to integrate into shortcuts. Just takes a bit to set it up once, and from here on out you can use it in pretty much every automation you are doing. If you want to see that in action, I have a video up that you can see on screen right now. It is how I automatically publish articles to WordPress, and it does include this image generation, which which I'm not specifically talking about in the video, but it's still interesting. And if you would like me to create a video that goes over the image generation integrated in WordPress, automatically adding an image to your WordPress article, let me know in the comments and I will make an updated video on that.